Okay, we got the plexi on this table here. I'm going to trace the outside edge of this TV so we can cut the front protection panel. So I'm going to just basically use a Sharpie. I've lined up the two sides here as best I can. Make sure it's pretty straight. There you go. Just going to come out with the Sharpie, and we're just going to trace this off. Get a little bit of flex here. There we go. Then we're going to go ahead and cut this piece of Lexan so we can get the front panel ready. Alright, now that we have our plexi piece cut, we're going to clean off this monitor the best we can. I'm using a Swiffer duster. Just kind of lightly getting all of the dust off of here. So, there we go. I'm going to hit it with some compressed air too. We're gonna hit it again after we use the silicone too, just to make sure. Alright, there we go. We got our piece of acrylic on. Gonna have to work on the edges a little bit. But other than that, it's pretty rigid. It's a hell of a lot more rigid than I thought it was going to be. I mean, I don't want to put too much pressure on it, but I think I might get some corner molding. We'll see. Decided on that. But as you can see, it's on there. It's on there relatively straight. Pretty dust free. And there's a little bit. Hopefully it looks okay. So that's that. We're going to put it back on the game. Like I said, I'm undecided if I want to get a piece of corner molding to kind of just attach to it all the way around and make it look a little nicer. I'm going to stop out to Menards later and see if I can find something that's going to be relatively okay. I guess if it's not that expensive, it makes it look better. I mean, you can kind of see the silicone through here, which is what I was afraid of. I mean, it doesn't look super bad. It's pretty consistent throughout, but we want it to look better than that, I think. I know they have some plastic corner molding we can cut and paint black, so I think I'm probably just going to do that. It shouldn't be that hard. So let's go ahead and see if I can find some molding that will be hopefully okay. Alright, I got the strips painted and on. It looks pretty good. I also cut a little notch there so you can hit it with the IR remote. It's not perfect, but it'll do the job. It's pretty rigid. I think this monitor has a chance. Right now, what I'm doing is I am taking off the front of the game where the card readers were, and I'm going to cut a piece of this plastic here. used this before. It's HDPE black. It's a nice, really durable kind of matte plastic sheet. It's kind of rubbery even. You can cut it with a circle saw. It won't crack or split. It bends like really. It's perfect for this kind of, you know, covering up holes thing. Block out plates. Use it as kick-based material too for the front of games that need a kick plate. Works really good for that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut some strips for that, mark it and drill the holes. Mark it and drill the holes and install those on there and put that back on the game. Then we'll put this monitor back on the game and hook our HDMI cable up to it and everything, get that ready so we don't have to try to fish that in later. Alright, we got our blocking plates installed, as you can see. Looks pretty good. I got the HDMI cable and stuff in, so what I'm doing is I'm running some wires right now. And what I've decided to do, get this camera down, is getting more width. Whoa. What I've decided to do is run everything from the coin door side, should be the left side in the back and the right side in the front, right here. Because basically I chose this because the monitor's power is on this side, and the cord isn't very long for this monitor, so it'll work if we're on this side but not the other side. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the cabling from this side over here for the light up top, and we're going to remove all the other cabling and just run it up the other side. Also, I got the HDMI cable. I got a 10-foot cable, and that should be plenty to run up there. So we're going to run that through here, and then up. And there's plenty of cable on this that I can run into the other side, where the HDMI plugs into the TV or monitor. We got that there, and then we have plenty of cable down here, and it's actually 10 foot. It seems to be the right amount. That gives me plenty of room to run it and tie it down and give the logic board more on the other side of the cabinet. Let's give you a better view. So basically what we're going to have is we're going to have this power supply. Get out of the bag here. We're going to have this new power supply. We're going to have that going out the back. And then on the side of the power supply is an extra AC plug. We'll plug the monitor into that right here. We'll run the logic and jam it that way. And then, so everything should work out pretty good. And I think we'll end up just knocking all this other stuff out of here, I think. And we'll save the grounding, the field ground stuff, and we'll re-field ground that to this case. Yeah, I think this is going to be the best way to go. Other option is to leave this AC bus in here and just kind of plug this in. I don't know. These seems kind of, there is a filter on here though, which is nice. Yeah, here we could use this plug that's already in here and just plug this in right there. I'm going to see how much of this we actually need. I don't think. There's a nice inline fuse here though. Maybe we'll do that. That might work out. It's going to be the easiest thing to do. We can just tap this down, plug it in inside here. Then we don't have to mess with the grounding of the cabinet. And this fan will be hooked up already for us if it even works. And then the rest of the stuff can just come on. So, yeah. I think that'll work. So we'll just cut the rest of this crap off, tie together our grounds, be in business. The main thing is when we put this TV back on the game, after we've got the plastic on it, I want to make sure that I plug as much stuff in as I can, that it's hard to get to. So let's go from there. All right, I'm doing a little Skycurser update. We have the marquee installed. I've also gone and put the artwork on the front of the cabinet there, and reinstalled the coin doors and the dummy doors. And I've also installed the control panel, and I'm also right now I'm working on the the overlay with 3 buttons and a joystick and a couple start buttons. So hopefully this goes good. I'm still waiting for the buttons to get here, and for some reason the hinge for this cabinet is missing, so we're gonna have to find one of those. So I got that going, and then also I've started the process of kind of organizing the wires. I hope to get the light installed on the back plate, and that all put together today. And then the power supply mounted, and a lot of the harnesses ran up to the control panel and stuff like that. So hopefully it goes quick. We'll check back after that's all done. Alright, welcome back. I've started wiring up the cabinet. Like I said, I put the JAMA in. Kind of just laid this in here. I've also went and made a power connector for the lights. I ran a wire up to the top marquee light, which is already enclosed and installed with an LED strip. We ran the wire down the side here. Then I also ran a second wire up for the lit buttons on the control panel, which I've run all the wiring for the control panels up here as well. As you can see, I got the connectors here, and then I got the 2-pin cabling for the lit buttons. And then I made the other end as well, and I've ran it in there. I've run all that wiring up, the HDMI and everything else up the side here. I've made an umbilical cable. I've zip tied it to make it look nice and neat. If you're doing any kits like this, get the more expensive JAMA harness. It's worth it in the long run. It comes really nice with all these tags. Let's say player 1 and player 2. They have everything kind of bundled out for you, and everything pinned for you. They come with these nice player 1 and player 2 control panel harnesses, which are the connectors are keyed differently, so you can't plug them in wrong. I went through and labeled them anyway, but I bought mine at Twisted Quarter. Like I said, these are a lot more expensive, but you get better pins, you get better wiring. It's worth it in the long run. And I went and, besides doing all that, I've wired up the coin door right here. We've got that all taken care of. Got the coin switches in, the lights and everything for that. I've plugged in the TV. We've got this kind of just sitting in here because I want to be able to move things yet until we're finally done. But I've also started finishing up the control panel. We're using these in chrome illuminated buttons because it kind of looks like a flight panel, so I think maybe the chrome will make it look good. I left button plugs in here in case we upgrade this cabinet to something else. I was told that Skycurser is going to support a 2-player version eventually, so I just went ahead and did up that control panel right away. So I'm still waiting on the T-molding for this and the bottom down here. I think we're going to go with white. Other than that, we're pretty close to being done. So I'm going to wire up this control panel today since I got the buttons in and I got them installed. We've got these lights installed. See how this looks when it's lit up. I opted to do 5-volt lighting instead of the 12. I don't want these to be super bright. I just want them to kind of glow. So hopefully they're not super bright. But we'll see. They'll probably be too bright. Okay, well, we'll wait for the game board to get here and we'll check back later. All right, we got a box from the guys over at Skycurser, Griffin Aerotech. We got the box with the game board today, so I figured open it up and show you what's inside. We can open it up together. I'm going to just get my camera set up a little better. There we go. We'll do it on this Pac-Man, kind of fitting. Let's have a look and see what we get inside here. It's like a lot of papers. So nothing but just this stuff, nothing else. So we got our box. No instructions, just a dongle, a knob, and a plug. High tech, man. This is very prototypey. Oh, look. HDMI. Let's plug this in and see what happens. Alright, we'll see if we can get this thing installed. Power cable out of here. There's really nothing to it. It's just going to be a matter of plugging in the jam out. I have no idea which is component side or not, but I'm assuming this is. Yeah, these guys didn't leave us enough. They didn't leave enough of the edge connector out. Of course, that's something. I don't think this is going to go on. That goes on hard. I think it's on there. I really don't want to have to take it off. I'm just going to set this in here. Alright, do line. Well, there you go. If everything works out, that's kind of where it's going to go. So, kind of like that. Then we would plug this game thing in here, like so. So before we connect this to power, we're going to test this new power supply and get it adjusted before we apply power to the game. And we'll go from there. So let me do that. Plug in the game. You can hear all of our fans running. Get our multimeter out. You can see that we only have 4 volts, which is a little low. So we're going to give that a little tweak. Get us up to 5.2. Once we put the load on the unit, we'll check it again. So now we know that we're in the safe voltage to plug this game board in, so let's go ahead and do that. Power down the unit. Sort of main harness plug. Now the JAMA harness has power. We should do this at the logic board, but I really don't like messing with the edge connector. It seems kind of hokey. It still doesn't seem like it's on there. There we go. It's because it's a brand new harness. It really wants to go on there. Okay. Get our probes in there. Power the unit back up. Okay. Definitely doing something. Let's have a peek up front. All right, we got it working. Holy mackerel, is that a huge screen. Holy shit. It's only in the 5.3 aspect. I mean the 4.3 aspect. Let's turn off the overhead lights. See what it looks like in the dark.
Okay, guys. You need to get feel for the Skycurser's weapons and flight control equipment.
Oh shit. There you go.
And button 3 to switch weapons.
Pretty cool.
With weapons open, your super
Gotta get this control panel hooked up. We also have to hook up a test switch as well, which I totally forgot about. But as you can see, the game is booting. Pretty insane. Let's see what kind of different picture modes we can get here.
Skycurser.
What'd I do? I broke it. Shit. All right, let me fiddle around with this and see what we can do. All right, we're pretty much done. We got the lit buttons on there. We got the monitor adjusted. Got the marquee working. We got the coin door all set up. I ended up just putting this old Tekken 5 back piece on the back of it. It's kind of needed to keep the game from tipping over. It's kind of a counterweight. The only thing I have left to do is put the back door on, which I've cut and painted. So I'll go through and clean it up a little bit more and just double check everything. But pretty much we are ready to rock and roll with this thing. I'm going to see if I can play a game real quick here since we did all this work. We can see it in action. I'm pretty excited. I have no idea how it's going to do. You know, I don't really have any kind of instructions for this. I kind of made the red button the fire button, and then these are the kind of different. This is the spin button, and this is like the extra weapon button. So, don't know if that's how it's supposed to be, but you know, we can change that around if we have to. So let me get this thing up, the tripod set up. We'll play a quick game of this real quick there. All right, I got my 2 quarters. I'm gonna pump those in there and see what happens.
Skycurser.
Kind of odd, it says 1 coin, 1 credit, even though we're on 50-cent play with this prototype. So, let's go ahead.
Select your mission.
Got Freeway Frenzy, Death at Dusk, Sea of Storms. I guess this is the new level, so let's try that
Mission
one.
3.
Oh man, it's fucking
Sea of Storm.
You need to use your katana to deflect bullets. Okay, guys, you need to get feel for the Skycurser's weapons and flight controls quickly. Use button 1 to fire, button 2 for katana, and button 3 to switch weapons. Remember, bullets can be disrupted with your katana. To keep your super meter full. Nice.
Oh my god, I suck at this game. Maybe let's pick a level that's not so hard. That seems like that could be a really hard level. Get some more quarters.
Game over.
Yeah, I suck. Some more money.
Skycurser.
I don't know why it says 1 coin, 1 credit, but it needs to be 50 cents, but. Do the first level. This was probably easier.
Death at dusk.
Okay guys, you need to get a feel for the Skycurser's weapons and flight controls quickly. Use button 1 to fire, button 2 for katana, and button 3 to switch weapons. You need to use your katana to deflect bullets. Wow! Switch weapons often to keep your super meter full.
Oh, I see. This is a switch weapon button. Now I know.
A big field of Necrostar debris on the radar, guy. Be careful, guy. Radar shows a swarm of pets heading your way. In all 3 buttons, focus your ultra super attack. Wow!
Well, there you go. It's a quick look at the game. It's the first time I played it, so hopefully I get a little better. I think I'm going to play a little bit more, but that's it for now. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.